What's up, queens? It's your girl, the Lash Empress, also known as Kyra, and we are back with another video. Alright, so you guys can tell from the title that today we will be talking about a few tips. I broke it down into 5 tips that I think are the top 5 that will help you lash faster as a lash tech. So we're not gonna waste any time. Y'all know I don't like to ramble. I like to get straight into it. So I have a few notes here on my phone, so if I'm looking down, that is what I'm looking at. So I hope you guys can really take heed to what I'm about to tell you guys, and I hope that you can apply it and it works for you, because I too was in you guys' position where I was searching for ways to increase my speed as a lash tech, because we know that doing lashes is very tedious, which makes it take a long time. Lashes are a long process. It's nothing that you can rush. There are some lash techs who are able to complete full sets in an hour or an hour and a half, and some of us take way longer than that, and you shouldn't feel bad about that at all. I see a lot of posts on Instagram that say if your lash tech takes under an hour, then you need to find another. I really don't feel that way, because I feel like there are lash techs out here who take the time out to perfect their craft and practice tactics to help them bring their time down. For instance, I'm going to shout out Lash by Noah. She finishes all of her clients sets in an hour or less. She does use easy fan lashes, but I still feel like if she was using regular fans, she would still take not long, because she herself has said that she makes sure that she only spends 30 minutes on an eye, which makes her finish in an hour. That doesn't mean that she's taking shortcuts with isolating. That doesn't mean that she's using pre-made fans or anything like that. It doesn't mean that. It means that she put in the work to get to where she is. So I want to help you with a few tips to help you get to that point. So yeah, let's get straight into it. I don't have any lip gloss on or earrings. Y'all look like a boy. Please excuse me. Okay. Anyway, so tip number 1. Oh, my nail is broken too. But tip number 1. Always be prepared before your client arrives. So I, for one, I am a home-based lash artist, so I have to personally set up my bed and everything else. All of my lash supplies, I have to set it up every time I have a client, or every day that I have a client, which is basically every day, but yeah, y'all get what I'm saying. So I have to set my bed in our den, and then I have to set up a table to put all of my supplies on, because I do not have a cart that I'm going to be running around the house, but I have a little setup. So I get up typically an hour to 45 minutes. I get up before my client comes, and I set up everything. I put my bed up, I put my ring light up, I set all of the supplies out. I have it in my booking site to where my clients tell me what length they want. Not the specific length, but they tell me if they want short, medium, or long. They also tell me if they want them, like if they're getting volume or hybrid set, they tell me how fluffy or dense they want them to be. And yeah, so that helps me prepare to lay out everything that I need for that particular client before they come. So I set out their lengths, I set out the diameters, I set out everything that I need. I set out the glue, I shake my glue, I set out my bonder, I set out my tweezers, make sure everything is clean and sanitized, so that way when your client comes in, all they have to do is lay down and you're ready to put that iPad or that tape on their eyes, and that gives you a head start. So you're not wasting any time sitting there waiting for them to come in and then having to get all of your things out. That is a waste of time, especially if you're a lash tech who has clients that are coming back to back. You don't have any time to waste in between, because with lashes and with this being a career, you literally have no time in between clients. You don't have time to do, we don't even have time to eat, if we're being real, and y'all know that. So always be prepared. That's the first thing to lashing faster. My second tip number 2, tweezers. Tweezers. We know that tweezers are the tools that we use to apply lash extensions, and some lash techs don't understand how important tweezers are, especially for volume specifically. But I feel like this applies to classic lashes as well. Your tweezers are important. If the grip on your tweezers is loose, throw it away. Because there's nothing that you can do with that tweezer now. It is absolutely nothing you can do with a tweezer that has lost its grip, because it will not be able to pick those lashes up the same. It will not be able to hold those lashes into place as you fan them out. It will not be able to do much of anything, and yeah, just throw it away. Like, it goes in the trash can, literally, because like I said, yeah. So my tip is to always, whenever I buy tweezers, so I like to use straight tweezers as my isolation tweezer, and I like to use a 90-degree angle tweezer as my other tweezer that I like to pick up the lashes off the strip before I fan them. And I always buy 2 at a time. 2 at a time. Even though I lash at home and we do have carpet in the den, I have to take precautions. I always have 2 pair of tweezers, because sometimes I do travel to my clients and I don't know what type of house they live in. It doesn't matter. I always have a backup pair of tweezers. As a matter of fact, I always have a backup pair of every lash supply you have. Glue, tweezers, iPads, tape, lashes, everything, because you never know what could happen. So say you drop your tweezers on a hard floor in the middle of you doing your client's lashes. 9 times out of 10, that tweezer has now bent, which means the grip is off, which means it's not going to pick up and place those lashes down like it did before. So if you have a backup pair of tweezers, this helps you out, because you can just reach into your onto your cart or wherever you store your supplies as you're doing lashes. You can reach onto there, grab your other pair, and continue with no problem, as opposed to only having that 1 pair of tweezers that you have just dropped, and now you're struggling to finish this lash step. So tweezers definitely play a huge part, because if you have a great tweezer, you're gonna be able to speed through this. They're gonna work like magic. You don't have to put in the extra work to make those tweezers work for you. So that was my tip number 2. Always have a backup pair of tweezers. All right, tip number 3, which is optional, but I found in my journey that it really does help me. Bonder. A lot of lash techs don't use bonder, some do. It's really a preference, I guess. Anything in lashes is preference, if you ask me. But bonder helps extremely well with classic extensions, because the bonder that I use, which I will link down in the description box below, the bonder that I use, you are able to apply that bonder to the base of your classic lashes while they're still on the strip. You just get a micro swab, get a little bit of the bonder onto that micro swab, and run it across the base of the lashes as they're still on the strip, and then you continue to lash. When I do that, the lashes adhere to the natural lash more quickly than it would if I did not put the bonder on it first, and it also dries faster from what I have noticed, which is essentially what bonder does. It cures your adhesive to its fullest potential in less than that 24-hour to 48-hour time frame that would be if you did not use any bonder. So bonder helps me out tremendously, especially with getting stickies in classic lashes. It really helps because it's drying faster, so it doesn't have as much time to stick. You cannot apply bonder to the base of volume lashes because it's wet, and when you apply it to the base of a volume lash, it causes the lashes to clump together, and with volume, that's not what you want. You want your lashes to be free, to be able to move, and that way that's the only way you're able to fan them out. You can, however, apply bonder to volume lashes after you are done applying them. When they're on your client's eyes, you do the same thing, dip the micro swab into the bonder and apply it only at the base of those lashes while they're on your client's eyes. That doesn't really help speed up the process of lashing, but it helps speed up your client's process of drying, and it allows them to be able to get them wet faster and stuff like that. Me personally, I use bonder on every single client because y'all know we can't trust our clients all the time. They'll leave their lash appointment and go hop in the sauna, get in the hottest shower they can take, and yeah. So I use Bonder just as a safety net for myself. But if you are doing classic lashes, Bonder does play a huge role in the speed that it takes you to finish that lash set. The next thing we are going to talk about, tip number 3, are techniques, quality, and what is it called? Techniques, quality, and what's the word I'm looking for? Products. Well, it kind of same thing as quality, but yes, products that you are using. So you cannot, and this is not to knock Amazon lashes, because there are some lashes on Amazon that I know techs really love and they're really quality, but you cannot use these cheap lashes and expect things to move along faster, because, well, more quickly, because these cheap products cause you as a lash tech to put in more work to make those lashes work for you and your client, if that makes sense. I think y'all hear what I'm saying, because yeah. But okay, so you want to have quality products. I will link the products that I use. I personally use Miracle Lashes by Jay. I use all of her products. Before then, I was using Lash Gang official products, and I still kind of alternate between there sometimes. But yes, Miracle is a girl that is local. That's actually my lash trainer, and I buy all of my things from her. She has quality products. So if you are looking for some great glue, she has glue shakers, she has fans, she has adhesive, she has lash trays. She also has these mommy mogul t-shirts, because she is a mother, and I just want you guys to support her. So I will probably put her name here, or it'll be linked down in the description box for sure. So products. If you have cheap volume lashes, and I'm pretty sure that we know this, they don't fan out right. They don't. You're wasting more of the lashes than you are putting them on your client, because they just will not act right, and that's frustrating. You don't want to deal with it. Come on, sis. Come on, bro. Come on, my empire. We don't want to deal with it. So invest in quality lash products, which I understand as a beginner it's hard to get those quality products, because you haven't made enough income to invest back into your business to get those quality products. I understand, but work your way up to doing that, because that's what elevated my lash sets. That's what elevated my techniques. That's it. When I changed my products, it changed my life. It changed my lash game. It changed everything. That's when I became more confident in my work. I started lashing faster. It's already a learn as you go. Lashing is like a learn on the job type of thing. So it's already like that. And when you have quality products, it makes it easier. It makes it a lot easier for you to learn what works for you and what does not work for you. So quality products. Okay, another method that helped, another method that helped with speed is the tape back method, or the tape down method, because I learned that both of these kind of help, and one of them, okay, it's to each your own, but I do feel like these two techniques are similar, so that's why I'm just gonna put them together. I feel like they do the same thing. Alright, so the tape back method it actually has an extra step than you would in the tape down method. Okay, so with the tape back method, you want to get you a strip of tape about a little longer than the width of your client's eye, and you want to get a smaller piece of tape. So you have 2 pieces of tape. That longer piece of tape, you want to flip it over to where the sticky side is facing up. Then you want to get that smaller piece of tape and put the sticky side facing down and put it in the middle of that long piece of tape. So that way you have a piece of tape that is in the middle, that once you flip the bottom piece of tape up, it'll only be sticking at the end here and at the end here, but not in the middle. That middle part is the part that you use to pull those lashes back, and then you tape it down. This more so works for a fill-in, and it makes those layers of lashes pop out at you instantly, and you can see every lash. You can also do this at the end of a full set that you're completing when you want to get to that last layer. Tape those lashes back, and you'll be able to see everything that you missed, and you can just lash those lashes really quick. With the tape down method, this works more so for a full set and not a fill-in at all. You typically don't want them to have on any lashes on their eyes when you do the tape down method. So after you've taped them down with their gel pad and the tape or whatever you use to tape them down, your client's eyes are closed. What you're going to do is you can take 2 pieces of tape, one to go this way and one to go that way. With your client's eyes closed, you tape their lashes, their natural lashes, you tape them down to the gel pad or to that tape. You will pull out the first layer with your tweezers. So you just go in and pull out a few lashes, lash that layer. Once you finish that layer, go back under, pull out a few more lashes, lash that layer, and you keep going until you finish. And that just helps you not to deal with so many lashes at one time, because going from training to on a mannequin, especially if you were trained on a mannequin, when you go from a mannequin to a human, the difference is mind-blowing. Like, it's wild. It's truly wild. Like, it makes you want to pull your hair out, because you like, it's no way this person got these many lashes. But people have a lot of lashes. So anyway, what was I saying? Yes, the tape down method is effective for a full set. So another thing that I like to use, another product that I like to use sometimes when I know I have to be in a hurry to finish my client's lashes, I like to, lastly, the last product that I like to use are those flower glue rings that you can use, because I am a glue ring user. I am not a, what's it called, jade stone user. I'm not a, none of that. Yeah, I strictly use glue rings. I love regular glue rings, and I'm a little more experienced, so I'm able to use regular glue rings. But for those of you who are looking to lash faster and you are offering hybrid and volume lashes, looking to getting those flowering glue rings, because you literally can just dip your, okay, so you can literally just take the lashes off the strip, dip the base of them into the glue, and then pull them out through one of those flower cups, and there is a perfect fan. Literally, it makes a perfect fan, and then you're able to just apply it onto the natural lash. So that really helps, because especially if you do the pinch method, it's adding more time onto your client's appointment, because you're you're picking up the lashes, then you're pinching, then you're dipping in the glue, then you're isolating, then you're applying. So when you use a glue ring, you can, well, a flowering glue ring, you can actually, I'm getting a little windy, but you can actually pick up the lashes from the strip, isolate, dip in the glue. Okay, no. So you can actually isolate, pick up the lashes from the strip, dip the base of those lashes into the glue, bring it out, apply it, move on, isolate again. So there's less hand movement. It's less hand movement. You don't have to take your hand off, pinch, back. Yeah, you don't have to do all that. So using the flowering glue ring helps really well with your lash speed. Okay, so the last and final tip, did I say that those were tip number 5? Which is no talking and no being on your phone. As lash techs, we have strict, very strict policies. We don't want our clients to be late. We don't want them to drink certain drinks before they come. We don't want them to have makeup on their face. We don't want them to be on their phone. We don't want them to move. We barely want them to breathe. Like, yeah, we want them to literally sit there like a mannequin and not move at all. But you cannot tell your clients to not be on their phone and not talk if you're doing it. And that's my opinion. But it also plays a role into how fast you are lashing. If you're talking, you're not lashing as fast as you could be, because your focus is on the conversation. It's not on completing your client's lashes. So yeah, just don't be on your phone. Don't be talking. You can talk to your client. As a lash tech, we develop relationships with our clients. So I know y'all want to talk, but keep the talking in the beginning, like during the prep process. Y'all gotta catch up fast. You can do it in like the beginning and in the end. I know it's weird to just lay there and not talk to somebody, which is why you should have calming music to help aid your client into falling into a lash nap, which will really help. Alright guys, I hope these tips helped you as much as they have helped me. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like this video if it helps you, and please leave me a comment. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram on my business and my personal page, and I will see you in my next video.